Hey everyone, welcome to um, Biology 101. I'm going to go over essentially uh, I'm going to show you guys how the course is organized on Blackboard. As you know, this is going to be a remote course, a course delivered remotely. Excuse me, I'm under the weather a little bit. And I want to show you how the course is organized. First of all, on the left side of the screen, you have what's called a course menu, where you have links to the homepage, the syllabus, the course content, announcements, and I'm going to be posting weekly announcements, discussions. So this class does include discussions. So this is where you can access those discussions. You can also access discussions from the learning modules, which are housed under course content. Uh, this is our textbook. Our textbook is free and open. It is what's called an open educational resource. So you can access it. You don't have to buy a physical copy. You can just access the textbook directly online. You can even download a copy uh, for free. Our class is going to be delivered synchronously live through Zoom. So this is where you want to click to access our lectures from Monday to Thursday. There's a link here to the library. Montgomery College's library has lots of the resources that can help you perform certain assignments. I have a link to the social and racial justice resource or guide from Montgomery College. Another interesting or important student help is called Achieving the Promise Academy. So this service provides academic coaching to students who request it. Very, very useful. WRLC is a writing, reading, and language center. If you need help with an assignment, if you need, for instance, help in terms of how to organize the assignment, how to properly structure your sentences, how to organize your thought, you can get help from this service. They will not edit your assignment for you, but will give you valuable feedback. I also have a link to the COVID-19 guidance from Montgomery College. Course mail. So here, we're not going to be using, my Montgomery College email in order to communicate. I want communication to remain in the Blackboard course. So this is why I want us to use course mail as opposed to MC email. So there's also, by the way, another link to Biology 101 library help. It's a bit redundant when it comes to this link and also this link. Although the one that says Biology 101 library help is more focused with Biology 101. So let's go over how this course is organized. So I'm going to click on announcement first. Let me switch to student view. Okay. So under announcement, if you click on that, you'll see my initial announcement where I welcome you to the course and tell you what the course is about and direct you to the syllabus. In fact, yes, you have to do all of these tasks, but of course, I want you guys to first click on the Start Here module, which I'm going to show you next. If you scroll down, you'll see a picture of your instructor with a radiant smile. All right, so let's go to back to course content to see your modules. So like I mentioned before, you have the um, start here module. It's not really a learning module, but this is where I want you guys to start. So if you click on that, I direct you uh, to two discussions forums. One is introduction forum where I want you to introduce yourselves and tell us about your name, your major, where you're from, your home institution, your hobbies, etc., etc. There's also an Ask the Professor forum. So this one is for general questions. If you have more personal questions, you can just send me a message through course mail. And aside from giving you a rough tour, I've also provided you guys with a file which you can just access to with this link. And this file contains uh, guides and videos that will help you navigate the Blackboard learning management system. All right, so let's go back to course content. I've also linked as the professor, discussion here, just in case you want to access it quicker to ask me a general question. Now, I'm going to skip this for now, and I'm going to go back to it in a little while. All right, so let's look over the actual learning modules. Unit 1, the chemistry of life. Unit 2, the cell. Unit 3, metabolism. Unit 4, cell division. Unit 5A, genetics, as in classical genetics. Unit 5B, this is more molecular genetics. This is where we talk about DNA and genes and things like that. Unit 6, evolution and ecology. If you look at each of these learning modules for units, I have a description of what it's like an introduction to what each learning module is all about. If you click, for instance, on chemistry of life learning module, you'll see what is to come on the table of contents on the left-hand side. Some of the words here are cut off. What you can do is you can simply slide the bar to see the rest of the sentence, or if you want, you can simply open or extend the table of content like this. Okay, all right. So for each of these learning modules, I have the same organization. I usually have some kind of an image and then a video of myself sort of introducing the topic. And I always have it as follows. Let me maximize this again. General chemistry, objectives, general chemistry, assignments. I always have objectives followed by assignments. So under this unit, this chemistry of life unit, I have three main topics. I have general chemistry, I have organic chemistry, and I have biological molecules or macromolecules. So if you explore, if we check out the general chemistry objective, so I have a picture of a scientist, and then me introducing you to the topic, and I have a list of objectives and a short introduction. So now if you go to general chemistry assignments, I have a checklist of what I want you guys to complete before when it comes to this first module. So I have, you have to read the chapter sections, upload or download and view the PowerPoint slides, which you should have with you when we meet for lecture. And I have a couple of worksheets here that are not graded. Okay. Now, what I want to do is have you guys work on our worksheets at home, but also I want you to also work on them together and lecture in our Zoom lecture. And I ask you guys to take part of in discussion, which is graded, and to complete general chemistry quiz 1. This particular unit has 2 quizzes, quiz 1 and quiz 2. One quiz covers general chemistry, and the other quiz covers organic chemistry and macromolecules. So if you go to the table of contents, you can simply click on week 1 discussion, okay, to look at the discussion topic. What you can do here, you can simply click launch. You can access the discussion directly within the module, and this is it. So the topic of week 1 is what is scientific literacy, and why is this so important? So this is a post first discussion forum, which means that you have to answer the question or answer the topic before you can see anyone else's contribution. So what you have to do here is to click on create thread. Give it a topic, give it a subject, and then enter your contribution right here. You have a text editor if you want to fancy up your um, your contribution. And then you click submit. So if you go back to the um, course content, back to unit 1, okay. So there's no quiz. I take it back. There is no quiz yet when it comes to uh, when it comes to organic chemistry and biological molecules. Okay. However, as you progress to the other part of this unit, um, you're going to see what quiz you have to complete. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. All right. So some assignments are graded and others are not graded. And I've placed, let me go to an area where I do have a graded assignment. Um, I believe Unit 2 has such an assignment. That's right. So in Unit 2, I have an assignment that's entitled The Big Lie. Which is graded. Aside from discussion and aside from the quiz, I have the Big Lie assignment, which is all about reading an article and giving me your feedback about the article itself. And I'm going to remind you here in an announcement, okay, that there is an additional grade assignment other than the quizzes and the discussions. Okay. Yep. Okay. So this is where you can reach the discussion for Unit 2. Okay. So everything is organized just like that. Okay. Same thing. It's always have an objective and then a list of assignments, some of which are graded, some of which are non-graded. All right, back to this module here. In this course, you're going to have to write an article summary and discussion assignment. So what you have to do is you have to pick an article, choose an article, and you have to essentially summarize it. And if you look at you're going to receive the full detail of the assignment from your lab professor. But here I've given you some information about it. And because you have to choose an article, a proper article, based on a specific criteria, you have to know where to find the articles. What I want to do here with this module is ask you to use the library as a resource. One, to find the proper article, and two, to be able to evaluate whether or not your source is reliable. Okay, you have to pick an article from a reliable source of scientific information. So this is why um, I want you guys to interact with the library. And the other thing is, your summary has to be plagiarism free, otherwise you won't get any credit. So what I want you to do is to go to the library link on the course menu, which I showed you earlier. You go to the course menu and go to the library link. And then from there, well, you have the instructions here. Okay. And from there, you're going to read some tutorials, okay, right here, based on these instructions. And at the end of each tutorial, you will take a quiz.